Ram Ram everyone. Welcome to Enthusiastic Spiritual Series. Let's welcome Shiv Kumar ji to give us a discourse on Bhagavad Gita based on Swami Ramanand teachings. Welcome Bhaiya, and thank you all for joining us today.
Shri Ram. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Ram Ram to everybody joining this session. We are at chapter number 6 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Atma Sanyam Yoga, verse number 18. Lord Krishna says, यदा विनियतं चित्तम् आत्मन्येवावतिष्ठते निःस्पृहः सर्वकामेभ्यो युक्त इत्युच्यते तदा. यदा विनियतं चित्तम्, when the person controls his mind, takes out mind from all the sides of the material world. Yada viniyatam chittam. Atman iv avatisthate, and sits within the soul. Here there are two things. At one place the Atman is referred to the self, which we consider as self, and the other Atman, it is referred to soul. यहाँ कई बार ऐसा कहा गया है, आत्मनेव आत्मना तुष्ट, आत्मा से ही जो आत्मा में संतुष्ट हो जाता है, आत्मनेव आत्मन अवतिष्ठते, आत्मा से आत्मा में रहता है. तो पहली आत्मा का अर्थ जिसे हम मानते हैं स्वयं, दैट इज अवर बॉडी, माइंड, इंटेलेक्ट, मन, बुद्धि, शरीर, इंद्रिया, इनसे कहा गया है. और दूसरी आत्मा का अर्थ, आत्मन का अर्थ कहा गया है आत्मा से जो वास्तव में आत्मा है. तो कभी भी अगर ये कहा जाए आत्मनेव आत्मना तुष्टा, कि वह स्वयं से स्वयं में संतुष्ट रहता है, तो जो आत्म केंद्रित है, जिसका शरीर आत्मा के कहे पर है, या जिसकी आत्मा उसके शरीर का संचालन करती है पूरी तरीके से, उसके सभी जो अलग अलग ऊर्जा स्तर हैं, वॉट एवर आर द एनर्जी लेवल्स, दैट इज द माइंड, दैट इज द इंटेलेक्ट, द सेंसेस, द बॉडी, all are obeyed by the soul. They are working for the evolution of soul. Such kind of person is known as Atman iv Atmavatisthate. Atma se Atma mein sthit rehta. The same is referred here. When Viniyatam Chittam, the person when takes out mind from all different direction, and Atman Nev Avatisthate, and sits with that mind within the soul. Avatisthate, sits. Nispraha sarvakamebhyo, and do not have any kind of nispraha. That means hankering towards any of the material world's desire. Nispraha, taken out. No kind of giving and taking. No kind of interaction with the world, material world. दुनिया में हूँ, दुनिया का तलबगार नहीं हूँ, बाजार से गुजरा हूँ पर खरीदार नहीं हूँ. So we should roam in this world in such a manner that we are not some customer or some wanting to purchase anything. Just roam and go forward with your aim of evolution. In this manner we should behave. Nispraha sarvakamebhyo, that means that person is free from cravings of anything from this material world. Nispraha, free from cravings of this material world. Yukt iti uchyate tada, at that time that person is said to be connected. Yukt iti uchyate, said to be, iti uchyate tada, at that time it is said that that person when the person takes out his mind from the material world and has no cravings for any desire from this material world, then it is said to be that that person is connected to God. The literal meaning is the man who has become free from hankering for all desirable objects is then said to be self-absorbed, when the controlled mind rests in the self alone. So mind should rest alone. Our senses are sufficient to look after our body. However, our mind interferes to exploit the senses. Otherwise, there are different kinds of tetrapods. Beasts are there, animals are there. Their senses can beautifully drive the body, and even they are healthier than us. They do not violate the laws of their senses. So when mind and intelligence, intellect, these are given to us to speed up, to raft up our evolution, the process of evolution, these should not be indulged in this gratification of the material objects. So we should indulge it in the submission of God, towards the submission. When does a person completes the practice of yoga? That with the controlled mind becomes fixed and focused exclusively to God. Though this kind of path is for Aroha Margi, Sankhya Yogi, however, for we, the Bhakti Yogi, we should also do not go here and there and roaming around for the material things and the pleasure associated with our senses, for better taste, for better hearing, for better seeing. We should not hanker for this. We should not crave any desire. We should focus on reading of the whatever books are written by our Swamiji or Ramcharitmanas. When we do this, then we inculcate such a mind which is stable, which submits to God. So we should also, Bhakti Margi should also inculcate the practice of meditation, of chanting Ram Nam Jap, reading the books, and also discussing during satsangs. If we are sitting with someone, we should discuss about how you are evolving, how we are. We should not condemn anybody. We should not. These are the different kinds of tamas and rajas kind of virtues. We should leave it and we should work for our evolution and for onward journey. Next verse number 19. Yata deepo nivatastho ningate sopama smrita yogino yat chittasya yunjato yogamatmanah. Yata deepo nivata stho, like when deepak is, when the flame is put in windless place. Nivat, vat means wind and nivat windless. Stho, जब दीपक को वायु रहित स्थान पर स्थापित कर दिया जाता है, when flame is put in windless place, it does not flicker. This kind of simile, this kind of example is better for this. Yogino yat chittasya, in the similar manner, the person who is meditator, yat chittasya, that chit is yat, completely engaged, controlled, yat chittasya. In the similar manner, the mind of yogi, the mind of meditator is controlled. And yunjato, yogam atmana, and it is yunjato, it is connected, it is yunjatah, steadily practicing yogam atmana. That mind is steadily practicing to get connected with the God Atmana, with the help of soul. So our soul is better connected to God when our mind is controlled. When if our mind flickers, let us consider our example who are Bhakti Margi. If our mind flickers here and there for the cravings of worldly desire, then we simply, our body will drive it. Because mind is finer and more powerful than our senses. So if mind is flickering, let us go there, let us go there. How can we meditate? How can we chant? How can we sit in dhyan? So mind should not flicker. Mind should not have cravings for that. When we are sitting for the submission of Mayapati Ram, so when we are sitting for the submission to Rasraj, so that is the rest of all kinds of happiness. So when we are sitting for that, we should leave that craving and ultimately put ourselves, submit ourselves to that God. As the lamp kept in windless place does not flicker, such a simile is thought to for the yogi whose mind is under control and who is engaged in concentration of the sun. Though that is not the prime importance or requirement of our mark, that we should keep first the mind controlled, then we should go for chanting. Because Ram Nam itself is so powerful, when we keep on chanting and submitting to God, that our tiny hands cannot clean ourselves. So you are there, you please our Lord Ram, whatever is. तुम्हें ही नीक लागे रघुराई, जो तुम करो दास सुखदाई. जो दास के लिए सुखकर हो और जो तुमको ठीक लगे प्रभु वही करो. So in this manner the bhakt, the devotee, sits and submits to God and simply chants Ram Nam Jap, and by doing that its mind, its intellect all get ultimately elevated. In this verse, Sri Krishna gives the simile of the flame of lamp. So in the wind, the flame flickers naturally and it is impossible to control. So for Sankhya Yogi, in the windless place, like the flame is steady, in the similar manner, their mind should be steady and taken away from all the material objects. Verse number 20. यत्रोपरमते चित्तं निरुद्धं योग सेवया, यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं पश्यन्नात्मनि तुष्यति. Yat uparamate chittam, when the mind, again Lord Krishna, because this is Atma Sanyam Yoga. This chapter is made for Atma Sanyam Yoga, how you should control your mind. Then further you can submit to God. So about that only, there are 18 different types of path going to God. So this is the 6th chapter and the 6th type of path, how we can lead to our evolution by Atma Sanyam. So in this regard only, the things are discussed by Lord Krishna. One by one, the higher and higher paths have been discussed by Lord Krishna, and the last one, that सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणम व्रज अहम त्वा सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचा. So leaving all kinds of path, if you only submit to us. So 18th chapter में भक्ति योग बताया गया है, जो सबसे श्रेष्ठ होता है, उसे सबसे अंत में भगवान बताते हैं. और शुरुआत में सांख्य योग अध्याय 2 में चर्चा की गई है, और इस तरह से धीरे धीरे कर्म योग और कई चर्चाएं की गई. कर्म ब्रह्मार्पण योग. यहाँ भगवान आत्म संयम योग, how can we control our chitta, our mind, about that Lord Krishna is discussing. Now, yatra uparamate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya, when uparamate chittam, when our chitta, when our mind uparamate rejoices within the self, whatever is within us, that is the source of happiness. With that, when the mind gets rejoiced, niruddham yoga sevaya, restrained from outside, yoga sevaya, by practice of yoga. Yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyate, yatra cha iv atman atmanam, yatra cha, and further Lord Krishna adds, च इव आत्मानम, फ्रॉम द माइंड टू इट्स सोल, आत्मा से आत्मा में ही रमा रहता है। पश्यन आत्मनि तुष्यति, एंड behold within the self is satisfied. When the person is situated or remains at the soul level of soul, when our mind is serving to soul, when our intellect is serving to the soul for upheaval of soul, for elevation of soul, that is the time of satiation, self-gratification, self-satisfaction. जब हमारे मन बुद्धि इंद्रियां तो बाहर लगी रहेंगी, इंद्रियों में वो योग्यता नहीं है। अगर इंद्रियों में वो योग्यता होती तो पशुओं में भी वो आत्मा के लिए करती, लेकिन हाँ, मन और बुद्धि में, माइंड एंड इंटेलेक्ट हैव सो पावर, these are of superior quality, their energy level are higher, they can serve for elevation of soul. If they are engaged within the self, they are working for the soul, and they are obedient to soul, at that time our evolution process is rapidified. The literal meaning of this, at the time when mind restrained through the practice of yoga, in that also, in Sankhya Yoga also, in Atma Sanyam also, it is the yoga. It is a kind of aroha mark, that is the ascending of energy from Mooladhara to Sahasrara. They are also doing dhyan, they are also doing meditation. And by meditation of self, by Aham Brahmasmi, I can do it, in this manner. We Bhakti Yogi, you are the complete, you are the Lord, you can do it. And they are stating that I can do it, I can myself submit to God. So this is their method, this is a kind of path. By this also yogi or can submit to God. So here Lord Krishna says, at the time when mind restrained through the practice of yoga. It is not that we can simply remove from the cravings of the material world. By yoga only it can be removed. Practice of yoga gets withdrawn, and just when the seeing the self, by the self, one remains contented within the self, खुद से खुद को देखते हुए जो खुद में ही संतुष्ट रहता है, then at that time that person is said to be yogi. When the person seeing the self by the self, seeing the self means seeing the soul by the self, by the integral part of body which is visible from outside, our mind, intellect, so these can be perceived. So by the self, seeing the self, contented within the self, आत्मा को देखते हुए आत्मा में ही जो रमा रहता है, जो आत्मा राम है, उस समय उसे योगी कहा जा सकता है। और योग की सहायता से, मूलाधार से ऊर्जा का आरोहण सहस्त्रार की ओर करते हुए वो अपने मन को बाहर के वातावरण से, संसार से जो निरुद्ध कर लेता है, उसे सांख्य योग में योगी कहा जाता है। Having presented the process of meditation in a state of its perfection, Shri Krishna now reveals the result of such endeavors. When the mind is purified, one is able to perceive the self as distinct from body. When mind is purified, then we ourselves are able to discriminate. जब हमारा मन शुद्ध हो जाता है, बाहर के चीजों में नहीं रमता, वही घी दूध में रहता है, लेकिन एक बार अगर उसको बिलो लिया जाता है, so once it is centrifuged, the ghee, the fat, when it is taken out from curd, then it never get mixed, even though it is dipped in it, but it never, once it is separated out. जैसे घी को एक बार बिलो लेने के बाद वो फिर दूध में मिलता नहीं है, वो पानी में नहीं मिलता, उसी प्रकार से मन एक बार योग के द्वारा अगर बाहर से निरुद्ध हो जाए, it is restrained from outside, then it never goes to further, because it has experienced now the higher happiness, the eternal bliss. At that time it is having no carving for outside. And for that we have to submit to God. जब तक बिके न थे, कीमत न थी हमारी, तुमने खरीद कर हमें अनमोल कर दिया. So when God undertakes us, at that time we become matchless, we become priceless. So we should submit to God, and ultimately God will take over us. When mother bathes the child, जब माँ बच्चे को नहलाती है तो उसमें किसी प्रकार की गंदगी शेष नहीं रहती है. अगर हम खुद करते हैं अब आरोह मार्ग के द्वारा तो हो सकता है उसके पीछे कुछ निशान शेष रह जाएं. सम डर्ट डस्ट मे रिमेन विद इन अवर बॉडी. अगर हम खुद भगवान को पाते हैं तो हो सकता है विश्वामित्र या दुर्वासा ऋषि की तरह अहंकार शेष रह जाए. But when God bathes us like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Meera, then what remains? No traces of any ego remains there. So we should submit to God. Our path given by Guruji is best. Next verse is 6.21. Sukhamatyantikam yattat buddhigrahyam atindriyam वेत्ति यत्र न चैवायम स्थितश् चलति तत्वतः सुखम आत्यंतिकम यत्तत्. So atyantikam, so that limitless bliss, sukham, that limitless bliss is obtained, is received. So that is the gratification when Lord keeps his hand overhead on us, it gratifies. So it is flawlessly flowing within us. जब भगवान हाथ रखता है सर पर, उसकी जो कृपा है वो हमारे अंदर आती है तो अत्यांतिकम, it is limitless bliss. यत्तत् बुद्धिग्राह्यम अतीन्द्रियम, which cannot be perceived by the senses. जो आध्यात्मिक सुख है जो वो अतीन्द्रियों के द्वारा, इंद्रियों से परे है, अतीन्द्रिय. It is beyond the perception of senses. It cannot be felt by senses. Whatever bliss poured by God within us is beyond the senses. Now, by intellect grasp and also by the senses, it is beyond, and that is the infinite bliss given to us by God. Vetiyat na chaivayam sthitaschalati tattvata. Vetiyat, and if the meditator feels it, receives it, experiences it, na cha iv ayam sthita chalati tattvata. At that time when the self experiences even a spark of that bliss, then it does not flicker, does not hanker to the worldly objects and also to the craving of worldly objects. At that time, like the butter, it remains away, separate from the water, even if it is in water also. तो जैसे मक्खन एक बार निकाल लिया जाए तो पानी में डालने पर भी वो मक्खन मक्खन ही रहता है, उसी प्रकार से वो व्यक्ति जो उस इनफाइनाइट ब्लिस को पा लेता है, आफ्टर गेटिंग उस परमानंद को पाने के बाद फिर वो संसार में चलायमान नहीं होता. Literal meaning is when one experience that absolute bliss which can be intuited by intellect. Intuited by intellect, that means intellect of the kind of trans consciousness. यदि प्रज्ञान चेतना की बुद्धि है या हमारी विवेकनी बुद्धि है तो ही वो उसे परसीव कर सकती है, सांसारिक बुद्धि नहीं कर सकती. इट इज इंट्यूशन. जब प्रज्ञान में प्रतिष्ठित हो जाती है, अवर इंटेलेक्ट इज वेल सिचुएटेड इन इंट्यूशन. इट इज द ट्रांस कॉन्शियसनेस, इट इज द सिक्स्थ सेंस. व्हेन अवर intellect is situated in that, then only it can perceive, and it is beyond the capacity of our senses to perceive it, which is beyond the senses and being established. This person surely does not swear from the reality, and that person now once established does not swear from reality. ऐसा व्यक्ति जब उसमें प्रतिष्ठित हो जाता है तो पुनः वहां से चलायमान नहीं होता. The yearning of bliss is intrinsic to the nature of soul. It stems from the fact that we are tiny parts of God and who is an ocean of bliss. That's why it is, we are the fragments of God. We are, our soul is the tiny fragment or the spark of super soul. So it has a natural tendency to again submit or submerge or unified with that God. Like the parts of the water, when it precipitates on earth, जल की बूंद अगर धरती पर कहीं भी है तो उसमें जले बूंद जल की जो सागर विरह में कलकल मिलन का जो कलरव मचाए, दीपक शिखा भी लपकती समाने सदा सर्वदा रवि के ज्योतिर्घना में. Like the water droplet always has a tendency to ultimately go to sea by drainage or by any kind of flow. It ultimately, अगर धरती पर जल की बूंद है वो फिर से सागर में मिलेगी. हो सकता है फिर से वो इवापोरेट हो, फिर से वाष्पीकृत हो, फिर अलग उड़े, लेकिन हर बार उसकी ये टेंडेंसी होगी कि वो अपने परम स्रोत में मिल जाए. उसी तरीके से जब हम एक फ्लेम जलाते हैं, जब दिया सलाई जलाते हैं, when we lit the match stick, the flame comes out has a tendency towards its sun. That जो भी जिसका स्रोत होता है, what is the source of flame? That is, sun is the source of energy. The flame has a tendency, it is directed towards the sun. And water has a tendency to get mixed with the sea. In the similar manner, our soul has a tendency to get unified again and again. When it gets separated, it has a tendency to ultimately submerge it in the source, in the super soul. We have been seeking perfect bliss for eons. So, and everything we do is in the search of that bliss. However, from the object of gratification, the mind and senses perceive only shadowy reflection of true bliss. So these are the different objects of gratification. We can soothe us, we can make us happy temporarily, but these cannot give any glimpse of that perfect bliss. For that, we are searching on and on. So for that only this evolution is there. For that is repeated death and reincarnation is going on. So we are having that kind of journey. So we forget this and we are searching here and then, and we are wasting our energy in this world for doing this and that and forgetting our prime goal. So we should go for it. From the objects of gratification, mind and senses perceive only shadowy reflection. This sensual gratification fails to satisfy the longing of the soul, within which the ends of the infinite bliss of the God. Like if a king is given an ordinary seat or stool or chair, that king will not sit on it. That king sits only in thrones. That is, in the similar manner, our soul will not be satisfied by the simple gratification of this. हमारी आत्मा कभी सांसारिक सुखों से संतुष्ट हो ही नहीं सकती, क्योंकि वो हमारे शरीर में राजा की तरह, वो यदि ये हमारा शरीर है तो उस शरीर की वो शरीरी है. So that king cannot be satisfied. That's why our journey is eternal. इसीलिए हम चलते जाते हैं जब तक हमें वो आत्यांतिक सुख नहीं मिल जाता. We are moving until we are not getting the same level of gratification or infinite bliss. Until then, we go on and on. When the mind is in union with God, the soul experiences the ineffable and sublime bliss beyond the scope of senses. When we submit to God, God is there waiting to pour the infinite bliss over us. However, it is we have to see towards God. It is we have to submit towards God. भगवान की तो अविरल कृपा हमारे ऊपर बनी ही हुई है, लेकिन हमें भी पात्रता चाहिए. उस पात्रता के लिए हमें अपने को समर्पित करना होगा. और जब हम समर्पित करते हैं, क्योंकि we are human. God has given us freedom. So God does not violate that freedom and again grips us and says, you have to submit me, you have to be clean and again merge with me. So this is the play of God. So when we are agreeing, under this kind of treaty, yes, we are submitting, and now you pour infinite bliss, then only. God does not breach its discipline made himself. भगवान ने जो अनुशासन बनाया है, जो हमको स्वतंत्रता दी है, भगवान उसका उल्लंघन नहीं करते। यद्यपि हम उनके ही पुत्र हैं, उनके ही कण मात्र हैं, वो हमेशा अपना वरद हस्त हमारे ऊपर रखते हैं, इस आशा में कि हम उनकी ओर देखें तो, और फिर वो अनंत धारा हमारे ओर चलने लगती है। नहीं तो वो हर एक को पकड़कर, उनके लिए कितना समय लगता है, वो क्षण मात्र में ही हमको नहला धुला दे, साफ कर ले, अपने में मिला दे, फिर ये माया का सारा खेल ही खत्म हो जाए। So it is on to us when it is the period until we submit, and as soon as submit, we are started getting gratification from God. When the mind is in union with God, then the soul experiences the ineffable and sublime bliss beyond the scope of senses. This, though the aroma ultimately reaches or disseminates to every part and parcel of body. जब भगवान का, जब आत्मा का परमात्मा में मिलन होता है इस हृदय की अत्यांतिक गुहा में, उस समय इसकी एरोमा, इसकी सुगंध हमारे कण कण में, हमारे रोम रोम में व्याप्त हो जाती है, और संसार का हर व्यक्ति जो इस चारों तरफ होता है उसके स्पंदन से प्रभावित होता है। Now, the next verse is 22. यम लब्ध्वा परम लाभम मन्यते नाधिकं ततः यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते। यम लब्ध्वा परम लाभम, after getting that, न च अपरम लाभम, there is nothing to attain. When the person attains that infinite bliss, that the sublime bliss, जब भगवान की वो दुर्लभ वरदान को, जब उस आनंद को व्यक्ति पा लेता है, यम लब्ध्वा च अपरम लाभम मन्यते नाधिकं तथा, there is nothing to be attained after this. मन्यते न अधिकम तथा, there is nothing, which is मन्यते, it's that there is nothing additional to be gained after attaining it. यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते, and when the person is situated in that kind of infinite bliss, then dukhen, by the sorrow or depravity of any higher scope, gurunapi, higher scope, higher category, that person is not deviated. जब व्यक्ति एक बार उस भगवान की कृपा को पा लेता है, तो उसके बाद वो बड़े से बड़े दुख के द्वारा भी विचलित नहीं होता। That is the literal meaning is obtaining which one does not think of any other acquisition to be superior to that. After attaining it, nothing is superior to that. जब संत उसको पा लेता है तो उसके लिए कोई अधिक अच्छा खाना और कोई खराब खाना नहीं होता, उसके लिए सभी भोजन ग्राह्य होते हैं, सभी सुंदर होते हैं, अच्छे और बुरे करके भी कुछ नहीं होते, गुणों से परे हो जाता है। और ऐसी स्थिति में, एंड बीइंग एस्टेब्लिश्ड इन विच वन इज नॉट पर्टर्ब्ड इवन बाय ग्रेट सॉरो। नाउ लेट मी रिसाइट अ भजन। धीरे धीरे जीवन नैया, धीरे धीरे जीवन नैया, चली प्रभु की ओर, चली हरि की धीमे धीमे डोल रही है, धीमे धीमे डोल रही है। तट के बंधन तो चली हरि की ओर। जल गहरा चंचल है तरंगे, व्याकुल मन की विरही उमंगे। जल गहरा चंचल है तरंगे, व्याकुल मन की विरही उमंगे। कैसे बिन पतवार के नैया, कैसे बिन पतवार के नैया। जावेगी हरि ठौर, चली हरि की ओर। आंधी चलती दूर किनारा, छूटा जग से नाता सारा। आंधी चलती दूर किनारा, छूटा जग से नाता सारा। मेरा तो प्रभु तू ही सहारा, मेरा तो प्रभु तू ही सहारा। चरणन संग लो जो, चली हरि की ओर। जी घबराता मृत्यु दिखती, पल भर में अब नाव डूबती। जी घबराता मृत्यु दिखती, पल भर में अब नाव डूबती। मेरा तुम प्रभु हाथ थाम लो, मेरा तुम प्रभु हाथ थाम लो। ले चलो अपनी ओर, चली हरि की ओर। आंधी चलती दूर किनारा, डर मत मन ये काली राती। मन मंदिर धर नाम की बाती, डर मत मन ये काली राती। मन मंदिर धर नाम की बाती, लेंगे थाम वो राम खेवैया। लेंगे थाम वो राम खेवैया। बांध प्रेम की डोर, चली हरि की ओर। धीमे धीमे डोल रही है, धीमे धीमे डोल रही है। तट के बंधन तो चली प्रभु की। श्री राम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् न तो हम कामये राज्यं स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं कामये दुःख तप्तानां प्राणिनामार्तनाशनम् नतमदिष्टं पाहि मां रक्ष मां तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण हो मां हम सब तेरी शरण में हैं। अपने चरणों की भक्ति दो मां श्री राम।
राम राम शिव कुमार, राम राम, बहुत बहुत प्यार और आशीर्वाद। राम राम राम
बहुत सुंदर भजन गाया, अच्छे से समझाया हम लोगों को, उसका ज्ञान दिया। बहुत सुंदर बेटा, बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद। प्रिया बेटा राम राम।
राम राम आंटी।
राम राम राम
राम राम आंटी।
बहन जी राम राम।
राम राम
सभी को राम राम।
राम राम, बहुत अच्छा बहन। सब
राम
लोग
राम
राम राम बहन।
Thank you, Bhaiya, for the wonderful
सभी
discourse and
राम
bhajan.
राम 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 राम
Ram Ram.
बहुत अच्छे
सरिता
से
राम राम। सरिता राम राम। सरिता
राम 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 दीदी, राम राम, प्रणाम।
बहुत नीचे कर लेती हो।
किया भैया,